High Fight IQ, presented by Expanse Energy.
All right, welcome back to High Fight IQ. I'm joined now by American Top Team Strength and Conditioning Coach Phil Daru. Welcome to the show. It's pretty exciting week for you. You're going to be heading out to Dallas, UFC 211. How's your week going so far?
It's going good. Things have slowed down at the gym now because we pretty much have like 9 guys fighting on the card. So a lot of things have slowed down, but now we're getting ready to basically bring a whole army to Dallas. So looking forward to it.
As far as preparation goes, when you have that many people, it would seem like it would be beneficial for everybody because you got a lot of people preparing at the same time, but does it actually tend to wear more on you guys as a coaching staff?
No, not really, because even though this is one fight, we do have multiple guys fighting at different venues, different occasions, different, organizations and things like that. So we're used to having multiple fights going on, every day. So not a big problem.
Awesome. So for people that aren't aware, haven't watched yet, you have had some segments featured with Joanna on the UFC Countdown show. It seems pretty prevalent in your in the program that this is something she's really taken to with having you working with her. Are there any special adjustments you had to make having a brand new person but who was already performing at a high level?
I mean, no, my approach stays the same. The systems all that I have for the guys and the girls, they all stay the same. The good thing about it is that we actually had a full camp to get her ready. Where last time we only had her for about maybe 4 to 6 weeks. So we had a full 12-week camp that I actually got to work with her and make sure we had proper periodization that where she peaked right on time. And to be honest, man, she looks really, really good. I'm actually very happy with our approach and how we managed her fatigue and everything like that. So yeah, she's really looking good.
As far as managing the fatigue and everything, you have a benefit that most strength and conditioning coaches don't have, which you fought before.
Yes.
So you understand the grind and the toll it takes on your body.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I think that's one thing that I have over a lot of strength coaches in this field, and the fighters that I do train, they understand the process that I actually had to go through as well. So I think there's an understanding there, and they respect me from that aspect as well. So I understand, that we are training, or they are training 2 to 3 times a day, and they have to make sure that they're getting their skill work in. It's just as important, if not more important, than their physical preparation. But for what I do, I get them ready for their skills work. So we have to make sure that we're not actually beating them down on a constant basis, and that's what makes it so good to having all coaches in one area or under one roof. We can actually, communicate with each other to see, what's going on with the fighter, how they're performing in their different sport or in the different activities throughout the day, and we can manage it from there. So it's really good.
Do you feel like that's kind of an issue that's prevalent in a lot of camps where you have somebody that's doing jiu-jitsu at one place, kickboxing at one place, strength and conditioning one place, and then those guys just aren't communicating? And then, of course, fighters aren't the best at communicating either. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's one thing we actually had to hit upon because fighters, they have the mentality of training harder is better, and that's not necessarily the case. We want to make sure that they're getting the optimal amount of training in to progress further along. But yeah, I do think that that's a big problem, especially if they're going outside of their camps to get their strength and conditioning or get their jiu-jitsu or something like that. If they have, the good thing about American Top Team is we have everything all in one roof, from wrestling to boxing to jiu-jitsu, all the way up to strength and conditioning. So it's a good thing, But I think that is a big problem within the mixed martial arts community, that we need to make sure that we are communicating between coaches and there is no egos, and not every coach is trying to beat down their fighter to make them better.
I agree with that 100%. As far as for you, tell us a little bit about what makes your system different. The things that you key off on, and if there was somebody saying, I really want to go find a strength and conditioning coach, why should they come to you? What makes what you do special?
Well, as far as special, I wouldn't say all that, but I know that what I do from my approach is we specialize the training for that specific person. We make sure that they're peaking right on time. It depends on, where they're at in camp. If they are coming to me, if we do have a full camp to go through, then we will do maybe something like a nonlinear approach where we'll peak them or do phase potentiation to where each phase of the training will go into the next, and they can peak right on time. Now, if they're coming at me or Phil, I got to fight in 2 weeks or 3 weeks and that's all they have, then we're going to have to just go to a straight conditioning phase where I will alternate the intensity levels throughout the week so they do not overtrain. So my main thing here is just managing fatigue, making sure they're not overtraining, they're getting the proper rest that they need, and we're getting the most out of each session. So also my big thing is keeping these guys safe. I mean, what they do on a daily basis, they beat each other up. So I don't want to go in there and have them do things that they're not ready for. So I make sure that we do a full-on assessment, from movement assessment to seeing if there's proper stability, proper movement patterns. And if they're not ready or capable of doing the physical preparation that I have to do, then we have to make sure that we get them ready first before they can come into my training. So that'll be something general. So I'll have them do some general physical preparedness, something that I actually get them ready for the work itself, so they're not just jumping into a strength and conditioning program and have never even touched a weight in their life. So I guess getting a background check, making sure that they're capable of doing the training, and then progress from there.
Awesome. Well, so it sounds to me like basically what you're saying is you're actually doing science and not just bro science like most like personal trainers and stuff we're trying to do.
Well, here's the thing. Like, I understand the bro science behind everything. I do have a background in MMA. I have a background in strength and conditioning, so I can put those two worlds together. I also have my degree in exercise science, so I put the science mixed in with practical application, and those two worlds collide and actually make a better situation and a better program.
It sounds like something like, I'm shocked that you aren't just like knocking people out of the way to keep them from keeping you busy. It's really refreshing to actually hear people say we're doing this in an intelligent way, instead of just go bench, squat, deadlift as hard as you can, then go do some sprints, and then come in here and get punched in the face for an hour.
Yeah, I mean, that's one thing also that I like to harp on, is that we want to make sure that we're not overtraining these guys, and every training session is not like a high intensity interval circuit training where they're throwing up or passing out. My main thing is not to train them maximally. It's damn sure not to train them minimally, but we want to make sure we're training them optimally to where they're gaining each and every day. They're progressing and they're getting better. So definitely, I make sure that we have a calculated approach, and we're not just throwing things up against the wall, making sure they stick.
Awesome. Well, I appreciate you going, kind of breaking down what you do, what makes your training different. Excited to see what the results are going to be this weekend for you guys. Like you said, you got 9 fighters, so excited to see how that's going to pan out. Real quick, how can people follow you or get in touch with you on setting up programs and stuff?
Well, you can always find me on Instagram, Daru Strong, at Daru Strong. You can DM me there, or you can email me still at darustrong.com, and also check out my website, darustrong.com.
Awesome. Well, thanks for talking to me today. I appreciate it, and we'll get you back on. Hopefully I'll see you this weekend in Dallas.
Yeah, no doubt, brother.
All right, man. Have a good weekend.
All right, you too.
Take it easy.
High Fight IQ, presented by Expanse Energy.